welcome back to Let's Talk. And here at Let's Talk, we like to talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk. I am your host, Jason, with my beautiful co-host for this evening again, Miss
Yams on the mic. How's it going, guys? How you doing?
Yes. And if you watched last week's show, you would have been entertained and hopefully educated as well, enlightened.
Yes.
So we decided to continue on with that conversation on our expectations. Are they based in reality or fantasy? And we started to, at least we ended off on a high note.
Yeah. we run out of time. That's all we got to say. So we had to do a part two.
We had to do a part two.
Right.
Because we wanted to do a little follow-up. Because I don't think everything was said or everything that needed to be said was said. We didn't touch on all the areas.
Right.
And Ms. Yams was saying I was switching subjects too quickly or not giving her time to let her know when I was shifting so that she could have her input ready.
Right.
So we can try to keep it at a proper pace, and I can try to do it with a little respect so that my co-host will definitely know.
Thank you. And I will also endeavor to allow you to get your point across.
Oh, we can get it.
And we got it together this go round. We understand each other.
Yes,
right.
we have an understanding.
Yes.
So we ended talking about relationships.
Yes.
And women versus. I don't like to do the women versus men thing, but it does look like that's how it's end up happening anyway.
Because it's a man and a woman.
Yeah, different perspective.
When it comes to relationships.
Yes. And we definitely can give our views. So, and we, I think when I shifted, there was a topic you still wanted to continue with.
Right. I thought you was going to rebut what I said, but you went on to something else instead.
So let's refresh our viewers.
Yes.
Hold on, before we go on, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. 352-TALK, 352-8255. Please call us and join us on the conversation. We'd love to hear your input. Or join us in the chat. Drop your comment in the chat and we'd read it off live for you.
Yes.
So, Yamis.
Yes, sir.
Yamis, I use your government name.
You said it so well, too.
Refresh our viewers as to what we...
Well, we started last week. That was last week, too. This holiday weekend got me feeling like that was so long ago. But last week, we touched initially on government and the realistic or unrealistic expectations we have of them. And what we came to the conclusion was that our expectations were too low when it came to what we expect the government to provide. And then we moved on to job expectations a little bit. But I think we got stuck on family and relationship expectations and family dynamics and roles in the relationship sometimes, and some of the unrealistic expectations we have when it comes to dating and in relationships from both sexes.
Most definitely.
Sometimes.
But Yamis, I forgot to even mention, doesn't Yamis look pretty tonight?
Thank you.
I say she going on a hot day or something. No, she come here fixed right up.
Yeah, the hair is by Shia and drop her info later. And then the face is by Creative Eyes. They on,
So that was a little plug right there. The little plug. Okay. So now back to our topic. But before we dive back into that heated topic, there was an aspect that was brought up to me after the show said what we have unrealistic expectations is in our churches for what we expect from the people in the church.
Right.
So my good friend said that we have high expectations for believers, forgetting that these are the same people who are out in the world. So same reason that person probably came in the church is why everybody else is there to try to get their act cleaned up.
Right.
So they come in there expecting holier than thou, expecting people to be perfect, not knowing that we are all broken people. So their expectations for believers, our expectations for believers, is sometimes skewed based in reality, because all of us are broken and all of us trying to find our way.
Born in sin.
So we expect perfection from flawed humans, which is unrealistic.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I think I understand them saying that in terms of believers, but I think to be more specific, it's really that it's the leaders in the church who people have that expectation of.
Okay.
It's one thing to go to church and be a believer and be in a congregation. But it's one thing when you are a leader, like you lead in the youth ministry, you lead in the singles ministry, you was a leader in the women's, the men's, the deacons, the priests or whatever. When you're in that leadership role, you expect the expectation to be high.
Correct.
Because you leading the way.
That's right.
For, like you say, the sick and the non-believers who are coming in looking for something.
Right.
So,
you're right.
Right.
Because
so
you are a standard. You know, you can't be leading a flock and then still playing down in the mud.
Correct.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But, you know...
But your point still is true. Yes. They're still human.
Yes. Correct. Right? So you can't expect... You should expect something, but not too much. Have your expectations based in reality.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm a follower. I am a believer of Christ, right? And I remember hearing... You's Christian and you do this. You's Christian and you react like that. I'd be like, bro, I still human. I ain't say I perfect.
Right.
Only Jesus perfect. He's still working on me.
Right.
You know, and listen, sad to say, sometimes I get rubbed the wrong way.
Yeah.
And that old me, he does rise up.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible say, kill him daily. They didn't say kill him and he can be dead. They say kill him daily because they know he'll always want to rise up. But then some people hear you following, oh, he do this? He say what? He drink what? He drink this? He was well? What? You serious?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, come on, man.
Child, I used to get that a lot as a PK. Preacher's kid.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. We got our expectations for y'all.
Here, you were raised by reverend children. Oh, you're good mother, you're good father, and they expect you to walk on that fine line all the time.
Right.
Because of how they know or how they think they know you were raised and how they expect you to behave and carry yourself. Right. But a lot of times, like you say, we're all humans.
Yes.
And everybody on their own different journeys.
That's right.
You know? My parents came to Christ and found God in completely different ways. They didn't... I was raised like... I was probably safe when I was in Pampers. Yeah. It was like, this is what happening. You 12 years old... You go on to baptism classes. You understand what I'm saying?
You ain't got a question.
But, that ain't no discussion. Yeah. You go into church. You can be in the choir. You can be in the band. You can be in the this.
Praise
you can be in the that.
Dance, you
can be there when they open the door. You can be there when we close the door. That's just how it was. But when you step into adulthood, everybody has their journey.
Find their own way, yes.
They have to find it for themselves. Because God ain't going to save me just because my mommy or my daddy is who they is. Correct. And because I was in church. Right. I have to really make that commitment for myself on the inside. And how you said it, it's like, you don't know what I wrestling with personally. You don't know what demons or what struggles or temptations I deal with as opposed to someone else. Even the priest got his problems. Everybody got their issues and things that they struggle with, whether it's generational or things that they encounter or traumas they go through that cause them to get disgruntled about life, about God, and questioning certain things. But like you say, it's unrealistic. Like we talked about, unrealistic to expect just because someone is this or they is that, that they can be perfect.
Exactly.
It's really unrealistic and it's unfair.
And like I said, I mean, like you said, and I'm going to piggyback, I just said this to somebody, everybody has a struggle. Right. There's no person out there that I know of that doesn't have a struggle. Some of us are just out in plain sight. Some of us have secret struggles we battling by ourselves. Right. So to expect perfection from anybody is unrealistic. Now you have some goals, some things that you have to expect from somebody because you hold them up to a certain standard. Yes. But there's some you can't expect perfection. Right. We all already say we all have feet made of clay. So
I like that phrase.
Yes. So that one there was plugged in for my good friend. I am hoping to hear from them or even in the chat. You know, so I plugged that for her. So now we could go back into the hot topic.
Yeah. We start off mild, now we get the pepper.
So we go back into this males' expectations versus females' expectations. And of course, I would not say male don't have some unrealistic expectations.
Definitely.
Because I, as a man growing up, the man me now compared to the man back then. Right. I think, but expectations what I had on some women, I was like, boy, you fool, eh? That's what you expect. You couldn't, man, come on, right?
You know, when you thought she was doing all that.
Yeah, exactly, right? And you expect her to do what, and then what you can do. No, just because you was man, that's what you expect. No, man, come on. But as I grow older, you know, I was younger, longer, so therefore I know what to expect. I think I'm grounded now. Okay. But for the most part, when I hear people expecting some things from me, I'd be like, so what you offering? Right. You know, what you bringing to the table? Yeah. And I want to ask you, general question, what do you think most women expect from men?
General. I think it's only one thing, and it's one thing that goes across every category when you think about it. A woman expects security from a man.
Right.
I am secure with you when it comes to finances. I am secure when it comes to my physical safety. I'm secure when it comes to my feelings and my emotions. I should be able to express them without being judged. It's a matter of security and comfort.
Right.
The more secure a woman feels, the more comfortable she can be. That's how I look at it. That's what I've experienced, and that's what I've seen. So sometimes, even to go to an extreme, some men will feel like, oh, I provide all these things financially. You won't have to worry about nothing, so I could do what I want to do. Mm-hmm. Some women, they agree with that. They be like, yeah, I ain't got to worry about nothing. You could do whatever you want to do, because you covering everything I need you to cover. Yeah, I can raise these children. I can stay in this house. This good. You could just don't have me looking crazy, but do what you want to do, because you're taking care of the things I need to feel secure in. You can't want to do whatever you want to do and you ain't taking care of.
Right.
You know? That's what I've heard from most women.
Right.
But then for me personally, it's more about security when it comes to when I need you, you coming. Period. I don't care what it is. I don't care what I need.
You first.
Right. When I need something, and the thing what makes it funny is I don't need for a lot. So when I need you, it can be a blue moon, but
better don't disappoint.
You better be able to spring into action like Superman.
One shot.
Yeah, go in the telephone booth. Put on that cape. You're like, baby, I on my way. Come in. Save the day.
Yeah.
Then the next time I ask you again, it could be another blue moon.
Okay.
But some women are like that too, because you don't need for a lot. You ain't really that high maintenance. You're able to take care of yourself. But a lot of times, women get burnt when, all right, the first time I need you, you ain't come, dropping you. No, just ain't no good, man. That's unrealistic.
Right.
I mean, it might really be a situation where, like, boy, you catch me at a bad time.
But she don't care. Because she got to be first.
I just had to pay the mortgage, or the car breakdown. I really ain't got it. Give me 2 more weeks.
You think she care? You heard you say?
Right.
You heard you say?
I'm being honest. That's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. Right. I agree with you, but it's like Mados. I never is actually for nothing. And the one time I asked, you can tell me, man.
See, that's why I don't ask, man,
I just buy this PS5, and I was like, what? The one time I ask you, now all of a sudden you spend all the money. Like, but that's life. That's reality.
That's right.
That's reality. Sometimes when you need it, it ain't gonna be there. And you have to hold
what do you do? What do you do? You throw the whole man away, go find another one?
I can call my daddy then.
Oh, gee.
I can call my daddy. My daddy, he can find it.
Oh.
You know?
You go, hey, that's all right. I ain't need nothing from you. Daddy, I call daddy. And you can call daddy right in front of him.
That daddy can be thinking I a load of.
And you can call daddy right in front of him, right?
I be like, see? Daddy said you get in the morning.
Yeah, see that? Oh,
and that's I just crack a joke, but for real, that's what happens. That's
reality.
That's reality.
And see, daddy, you might be being a daddy of actual biological daddy, but some women actually have that daddy.
They can go to sugar daddy.
Exactly, that daddy out there. You ain't got it? That's okay.
All right,
that's all right. I can find it.
And then
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It get done, right?
You
don't worry
come
about
back 3 days later like, oh, baby, I have no, I paid for that 2 days ago. I don't you Johnny come late.
Don't worry about that.
You ain't got to worry about that. Don't ask me where it come from. Don't ask me where it come from.
That's another topic.
Whole other day. But that's how it is. That's how it is, B. That's how it is go. That's how we go. I got it.
But we've heard that before. With women expect from men, security.
Right.
And you put that in security as one, but security ain't just one thing. That's a broad.
Yes.
It comes with a lot.
Yes. That's a big responsibility to put on someone.
Yeah. But we can dive deeper into that when we come right back after this first commercial break. So stick around.
You asked and I delivered. Island-ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hear me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the 2 S's, we're back with Island-ish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
Where you going, boy?
To go buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why is boy so dumb? Tickets242.com. You know how hard it is? They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything. You know how expensive bus is? Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off. You know how strong mosquitoes is? Or you could go to the box office downtown on the Genesis Street, girl. You ain't scared of Joneses, they.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat.
And I'm your boy Mix.
And we're representing Off the Bench, the #1 talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So yeah. we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6:00 p.m.
The #1 talk show in the world, Craig.
When it come to the four, Stevie never fought. And when you say Sean A, that's another goal. Buddy acting like he can never miss. And when it come to Josh Chisholm, that's another hit. And we got an MVP in Connecticut. It's the biggest that we have ever been.
And we are back. We are talking about expectations. Do we have them grounded in reality or just off in fantasy la la land? Just expecting the unicorns and little pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
Are we actually grounded in reality? Yeah, that's what they call it.
Delulu.
Our expectations delulu.
Yes. Some of them are. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I believe so.
So you said women are looking for security. Men looking for...
What do you think men are looking for?
Men want respect and support.
I agree.
That's us in a nutshell.
And that's easy.
Yeah. And what we want from you guys, you're born with that,
Yeah.
It's just in y'all to bring it out. So what y'all want from us, we born to go and get it to bring to y'all. So we ain't born with that in us. We ain't born with that finance. We're not born with that physical... Well, some of us are more lucky than us, but we actually grow into that emotional thing. We could give you all that. But,
I feel like that's something that is taught. That ain't natural. Knowing how to be a woman who knows how to respect a man, knows how to be caring. Like it is. Some people think it's natural, but really? Some people grow up a little tough.
Yeah,
they grow up seeing certain things.
Correct. But generally, not going for the exception, right? Generally, women are nurturers. Generally, you guys are born that way.
Not these young girls, not these young Thundercats. They little cold.
Yeah,
I never was this cool.
That DNA little shift, and I wonder if that short do that. I know they mix that DNA.
That COVID short.
I wonder if we can say that we can get cancer for saying that.
Boy, I don't know. Anyway, we can be
whatever. Right. But yeah, so what a man is really expecting from a woman is that support and that respect, right? And we're kind of thinking that you guys are born with that because you're nurturers. So we're looking for not much more than that. We want you all to help, I guess, an extension of our mothers, but not mother us, but treat us with respect and support us in our movements and allow us to lead. Yeah. And I know that's a kind of touchy subject because women, I can lead myself. I don't need no man telling me what to do, and I don't need all of this stuff, right?
I need a man.
Oh, good. Way to go.
I ain't scared to say that. You see how small I is? Someone could have ducked me quick. I can't be living in an old nice house by myself. I need a man in that house.
If they watched the show last week, they can know she can handle herself. She don't mind us.
My mouth sharp, but no, I know I can't. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I talked about earlier about security.
Right.
So, and then a lot of times in relationships, it's a reciprocity of it. But before I get to the reciprocity, I agree with you when it talks about respect. Because even though I did a lot of dating here in Free Program Bahama, I ain't gonna lie. But all of them would say like, but Yamiche was respectful.
Right.
I never disrespect a man. I don't believe in that.
Now.
I don't believe in that at all. Like, you can't talk to men any kind of way.
I'm glad you know that.
Especially a man who you claim to date and love and trying to get to know. There's a certain way you speak to a man. Or it's like, all right, I ain't like how we do that, but I ain't gonna pull no C in here. We can talk about this when we get home.
Okay.
We can talk about that. And even when I talk to you home, I don't have to curse at you and demean you, and it ain't got to be a cursing match. But you can know how I feel. I can tell you I don't like it. But
and that's good that you're saying that and you recognize that.
Right.
But you know, sometimes you saying you know how to respect, is that his view of respect? Because you could have a whole total different...
And that's right. You're very right, too. You have to learn that about men.
Bam. And just like how a man have to learn as woman. Because...
Right.
The last girl I might have said I dated, she liked flowers and roses and the sweet stuff and the chocolate. Then I come date this next girl and I doing the same thing. And she be like, bro.
You waste all that money that could have been for my hair.
That could have been for some food.
Right.
You know? So.
One seafood boil.
Yeah, all right then. A woman like to eat.
What you mean?
So you have to, you can't, it's not a cookie cutter. So you have to actually know what he wants.
Right.
And then try to give him that. Because you want something from him.
Yeah. I'll
right?
give you a great example of that. I'm a real... I shouldn't even say this, but
Hold on, camera. I wish the camera could have zoomed in on the eyes.
It's because a lot of men have a problem with this, but I generally only like to hang out with guys. It'll be my brother or guys who I grew up with is my cousins, and that's just my friends. Everybody know them to be my friends. People around there and people know like, boy, it ain't like that with yams and da da da. But certain guys I dated in the past, they ain't into that.
Right.
Like, I don't want you going up with this boy.
Right.
Da, da, da. I know you say it ain't like that, but it don't look good to me.
Right.
And because I respect him, it's like, all right, since you're so uncomfortable with it, I can lay off on that. But this better be worth it. Because now I cutting off.
You're right, yeah.
Or I hanging out with less time with people who I really rock with.
Right.
So if I'm making these sacrifices because you say you want respect, so now what security I get?
Exactly.
Because now I ain't hanging out with my boys who can pay for everything because you know they's my boys and they chivalrous men.
Yeah.
Now it's like, all right, I'm going out with the girls. The girls break.
Yeah, that's right.
I going out with these guys.
So you better put something in your pocket, right?
You sending me a deposit? Like,
correct. You gotta make it what you want.
Right.
You're giving up over here, so you gotta put something to replace it, right?
Exactly.
Fair
and
enough.
then most of the times, like, that ain't no big deal. I ain't got no problem. My friends say it ain't gonna hurt. They be like, oh, you got new man. He literally jealous. All right, handle your business.
Because you know, man, we ain't catch feelings like that.
Right.
We live different. We live different.
They get it. They understand. Like, I'd feel a little weird too if I didn't know it. You out with like 5 other boys and all us taller than this boy you dating. Yeah, they feel a little weird.
You feel a little weird. I feel some type of way.
Right, I ain't into that. I ain't like how that look. You need to just stay home.
So if it's worth it, it's definitely worth cutting it off.
If it's worth it, then small things, little piece of dirt.
But he can't just come out the bat.
Yeah, no.
I'm expecting that. You all have to grow to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's realistic.
Fair enough. That's realistic.
Right.
But then you got some people who ain't living in reality.
No.
They step on the CNN because they think there's Mr. Joe Blow. Hey, you got to line up. He ain't prove himself yet, but because he's money.
Yeah.
And that's right there.
It's even be some guys who you ain't date them in forever. But they still feel like they
still got it.
Yeah, I was like, man, you know what's going on, but yeah, you dating this boy. I ain't ask you all that. You know? Some guys around here walk around like that. I know some guys like they'll tell you like, but I don't throw nobody away. I should be able to message you whenever.
Whoa.
After we done break up, you done got new this, you dating whoever, you married, you this, but you still
so he hard in fantasy. He hard in fantasy.
Fantasyland. He's Mr. GQ.
Oh shoots.
You know him? He's Mr. Brown Sugar.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He got it like that.
And some girls like that too. Some
definitely.
people like that. Like they feel like, man, I know if I come back, I used to have that one wrap around my finger, right?
Yeah.
And it's still like that. And they talking about 2012, you know. We in 2024.
That was my boyfriend in high school, and I could get him anytime.
In college.
I still got him. He's still calling me. All he do is, hey.
I see he's like my picture.
Yeah,
like, he missed his finger missing slip. Don't miss and like the picture. Or come in your DM. You like that, eh?
Yeah,
You're looking good.
Girl, you ain't believe who just liked my picture.
Screenshot.
Full-blown relationship now.
You wouldn't believe. And he's supposed to be engaged.
Yeah.
Just because he double tap.
Listen,
it ain't
guess what? That's why I so guarded on who I smile with sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and because all you say is, good morning, how you doing? You hold it open. Girl, you ain't see, just try to talk to me. I'm like, you serious? Man, come on, man.
People ain't used to manners.
No, they ain't used. I remember the personal story time.
Yeah.
I out, and people just have these the worst expectations. And it's because they don't know how to date.
Right.
And
they've never been properly dated.
So I out, and I told the story before, went out with a girl, week later went over the next one. The girl can say, and I just see you out with that next girl, you know, and I say, okay, and I ain't sleeping with none of them. I could date who I want to. I dating, right? I say, that's one thing with y'all don't know how to date.
Yeah.
So their expectations now, because I've been out with this girl, me and her, we full on bedroom bully and all that stuff.
Right.
So now I out with this next one.
Right.
I doing the same thing. He's a hoe. He running these streets.
Like to do. Imagine if you was a girl.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, one thing about her, she for everybody.
Yeah.
That's what they say. She for everybody.
So that could go right into date now. So if you take a guy takes a girl out on a date, his expectations now, because he pay for food.
That's why, ladies, if he pay for the food, pay for the drinks.
Yeah.
Pay for the drinks.
Because he expecting something.
Pay for his little 2 beds. You have your little 2 glass of wine. We even.
Yeah.
We even. Especially
he
if it's the first date.
Yeah. Because now, and then she'll be like, well, you only pay for my food. You only buy me something to eat and carry me out for drinks. Why do you think you should get something out of this? Because that's what's been done.
That's the pattern.
Right, that's the pattern.
I think, and the reason why it's always bad with dating, especially here in the Bahamas, is because terrible communication.
Very much so.
Terrible communication. No one want to have that hard conversation. I'm like, all right, we could go out, but just know I have my own ride there. I have my own ride home. Once the date over, I can go hang out with my friends. You ain't getting none. Let me know you okay with all of this before we go out. I have work in the morning. I ain't sleeping over. I ain't coming over.
Right.
Like, people don't know. And one thing with me, I've always been an upfront person.
Right.
I can be upfront. If I into certain things, I can say that from jump. Like, we have to do all this slapping up. That's how, like, I don't believe in
wasting time.
Yeah, I don't believe in wasting my time. Like, why you here? You want to date me, or you, well, man, I in a little situation, or you ain't available. All right, boom, come back to me, man. That little situation you got going on, finish
then
with.
we could go from there.
Yeah, I don't like confusion. I don't like people rolling up on me, asking me a bunch of questions, especially about someone who I ain't really. But then that is happening when people don't know how to communicate. Like, man, I was going to tell you, but I know you was going to react. What you scared for? What I was going to do, bite you?
That's your guy talking. That's your guy impression.
That's my guy impression. Man, I know you was going to react. I know, you might not even want to talk to me no more.
Look at
that's what they talk.
So you got us for dumb, but
yeah, they so stand at their hands and da-da-da-da-da. They don't want to look you in the face. And it's like, wait, talk with your chest. Speak up.
Start a man up.
Yeah.
Put some bass in your voice.
Just be like, man, I got this little situation going on, but I into you, man. So you want me wait till? And just tell them straight up. People don't know how to. Yeah. And I blame a lot of that on social media.
Yeah. And from on the other side, too, girls, because you talk to them, because you talk to them, you're nice and smile, and you take them out. Oh, now you're all married.
Oh, Jesus.
You're all married. And if you go talk to another female, oh, what you doing talking now? And run on, bro. We've been out to one lunch. We've been out to one dinner. Now you all about stalking me, calling me.
Yeah.
I tell you I did the gym. You showing up at the gym and make sure I there.
I have to I be out there doing the Lord's work for y'all gentlemen sometimes, snapping my friends out of that. Like, baby,
come back
that
to
ain't your man. Y'all been on one date.
That's it.
You even tell him good morning today? Y'all even talk since the date? Baby, no. Chill out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we, a lot of us live in Dululu. That's what you say.
Dululu land.
And because of lack of communication, right? So we need to start up in conversations. Hard conversations. But this ain't our wrap up, so
no. We can keep going.
We keep going. So we got to take another commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
You asked and I delivered. Island-ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hear me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the 2 S's, we're back with Islanish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
So, and we're back. And we were talking about expectations, how when these fellas take you out on one date, they think they own you, they expect you to jump down, they expecting the ladies just bust it wide open, and and the girls, then you say good morning to them, now they feel you're married. Yeah, right.
The wedding on the 5th.
Stop that. So some people them really ain't really dealing with reality. But last week, we were on a subject Miss Yams really wanted to revisit. I think she wants to revisit it. And we was talking about, when we was talking about body counts.
Yeah. I taking my daddy advice right now. My daddy said to make sure let the man speak. I can do better this week. It's going to be a conversation.
Yeah.
I promise.
So we were talking about body counts and how it matters. But it shouldn't matter. But it does matter. Right?
Yeah, that little round conversation about it.
It matters, right? And I'll revisit what I said. It matters, and it depends on how many it is. Because men looking for a virtuous woman, they want that.
Which one? These ones, Ronnie?
Listen,
outside here?
Yeah, if the virtuous women out there, or it's the men.
The man who want them, the man who's be outside.
Yeah,
in
but
this
see, but that's the thing. That's it right there. Some of these men, that could be the set right there who in fantasy, because they want a virtuous woman, but what are they offering this woman to say
want no
a virtuous woman give them? Why would a virtuous woman want to even be with that type of fella?
That's true.
But suffice to say, men still want that. Even though he might not be qualified for it, he still wants a virtuous woman.
You said that.
So, body count matters. And women need to know that. And face, that's the reality. If they don't put that standard on the men to say, hey, your body count matters too, that's your business. But y'all got to hold us up to that standard.
That's true.
So I blame men. Because it all starts with us. We have to set the example.
Yeah. Boys won't be out there sewing the royal oats and then say, yeah, but I can cuff.
I ready to settle down now.
I can go to church and find one nice one.
But
I'll go to the family island.
But guess what? That's all good. You know why? Because in your list of what you say a woman wants in security, you didn't say you want a virtuous man.
That's facts.
See? So the woman didn't say that. This is one of my prerequisites.
But you didn't say virtuous man in the beginning either. You said respect and support.
Respect. Correct. So now I'm telling you what a man wants. And a woman as well. That's what we want from a woman, respect and support. But what we want in a woman, we would love her to be virtuous. We love to say, yeah, she ain't been around. We like to be delusional and say, yeah, she only been with me. She was keeping herself with me and I break her in and all that stuff.
But she know how to do all these tricks.
Yes.
All these tricks she know how to do, but she virtuous, right?
Teach that on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, YouTube.
Yes. YouTube teaches everything. You know that. School on YouTube.
I don't know nothing what you're talking about.
So that's what we want. Say we can get it? I don't know. We can try to get as close to it as possible. Now, before I continue on, let you jump in there. Because I see you burning.
I'm burning up, it's just that.
I say burning to jump in.
I mean, I think when it comes to the body count topic, the number matters, but a lot of times when you think of how it got that high, sometimes it's different. And also the age of the person and the number matters. All right? So if it's like you only like 25, put your numbers in the double digits, that's a little, all right. Because ain't no way you 25 and your number is 28. You only been alive for 25 years. That's more people.
And you shouldn't have been doing nothing for the first 15, 16 of them.
17 years of your life. You're supposed to be behaving. So how it get so high? You was on a spree.
Yeah.
You was on a marathon.
Catching up.
Yeah, you was trying to get in the record books.
Yeah.
So I think it all depends on that too. Because some person's numbers may be high, but because of their age, like they're in their mid-30s, their late 30s. But they've been popular. They're going straight off to college from high school. They was outside.
Yeah.
And they was dating.
Right.
And they were like dating for long periods of time, and it didn't work. Oh, I date this person for a year. I going from, because some people are literally relationship junkies. They jump from one relationship straight into another one. And it's like, oh yeah, that was your boyfriend too, or these was your boyfriends. It wasn't like they was one-offs.
Right.
So I think that's, when you think about, some people think about body count, they thinking about, oh yeah, you just going out and sleep with this person after just meeting them in the club or one night stand.
Right.
Whereas in some ways it's like, no, I was dating this person for a year and a half. He break my heart once, I leave him. Some people, they low tolerance like that.
Right.
You do one thing wrong, cut you, done. Move on to the next one. And if there's a beautiful girl or a beautiful man, someone right there ready, like, oh, y'all break up. Y'all break up, I ready, what you into?
We can take. Ready to jump in.
Right. And some people love hard and they love different, and their love language is more of a physical love language. So they willing to go all that way when they in those committed relationships.
Right.
So I think that's what I was trying to communicate last week when I got too excited. But that's what I meant when it's like, it only matters the people who ain't in the count. It's like, oh, you always picking these other boyfriends and it never been me. Or I was trying to be on your line from dead long, and now you come around after you done get that guy say use up and run through, and you done have baby and and now you want to come acting virtuous.
Be Christian woman. You
want me Christian
now
woman?
You want to say no? I wasn't saying no before.
You know, it's like now you want up the whole 52-day rule, 90-day rules, and all these things.
Now you find Jesus.
Right.
When it's time for me to start.
I think that's where the body count thing starts to be a problem. It's like, oh, now you have rules.
Yeah.
Now you
got
have
morals.
rules. Now you see they was running game when you reach number 52. You know? So it's like, it's that type of thing where the body count's like, yeah, now you're being hypocritical. And that goes back to fantasy.
Right.
Like, you can't run up rules now when the reality is you was outside.
Yeah.
People have a certain perception of you. And you have to accept that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And just to piggyback, we ain't shaming nobody. Like you said it, you can always rebrand yourself,
of
right?
Course,
so we all mess up, and there's no reason. There's no reason to stay there,
right?
Right. But just realize that, and I think we need to teach this to our youth that it will matter to somebody.
Yeah.
And it might matter to the person you want.
Right.
So which means now you have to now change what you want.
Or is that person even worth changing?
I mean change what you want, because
yes.
Now you
have
what
you want don't want you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now again we have to now bring your expectations from fantasy, because that fella who you wanted, he wanted a virtuous woman.
Yeah.
When you know you was outside, so now you
and
live
then it's probably because you want someone that you never really did know anyway.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, because had you known, you probably wouldn't have done some of the things you were doing.
Correct.
So because you ain't never really talked to them and be like, oh, I like how he look good, da, 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 da. If I ever get a chance to date him. But then when you get a chance to date him, you guys know, and it's like, you a bit too much for me.
Yeah.
It's like, mother straight. Dang, I ain't all of that. It's like, it ain't that you ain't all that. You just ain't all that
for him.
For him.
So again,
and that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay, because why would you want somebody who ain't want you anyway? You know.
Yes, and I like how we talking about this, and you said that it's a good conversation for the young people, because that goes back in the expectations, not just in dating, but on the job.
And
when you go to college, your career, what you want to study. Like, you might think, oh yeah, you want to be a doctor, but the amount of studying and work and things that go into that might the reality of what costs to get that doctorate. You may not be able, you can't do it.
Right.
Or right now you just ain't in that phase. And I don't want to not chase their goals. But you have to sometimes be realistic. For me personally, ain't no job I ever apply for I never get. No job. I knew the reality was I could get a job in a bank. Easy. Easy. I can't work in no bank. I too bubbly. I like my nails long. I want my hair to be different colors. I want to wear a bunch of makeup. I want to be loud.
So too much restrictions at the bank.
Too much. It just ain't for me. It ain't that I can't do it, but the reality is it won't make me happy.
So you got people who would think now, okay, I can just change the system.
Right.
That ain't reality.
No.
That's fantasy.
No, that's how a bank is run. That bank been run like that for years, and that bank branched somewhere else, so you can't change the way they run in their bank. And even on the other side of that, it's also a matter of some people just do things because of the money. And they feel like the money can make them happy, but in reality, it won't. It ain't enough money for you to get up out of bed. You can end up coming to work late every day because you don't want to get up to go on this job. You're miserable. Motivated. Your customer service can be poor.
You thought the money would motivate you, but that ain't it.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
So even back to the dating and the body count thing, certain people do things because they feel like that's the thing to do. Right. And I've seen this with a lot of girls, especially. A lot of girls who know, like, you ain't built for this one night stand life. You too clingy, like you say, one date, and you think it's my boyfriend.
That's right.
You ain't built for this. Yeah, we just dating. You ain't built for that. So you probably don't need to be dating no bunch of people. You don't need to be putting your body out there to no bunch of people, and that's okay. Some guys, like you say, they want that. Right. They want you to be selfish with it. Right. You have to be like, all right, don't take me on no date, because after the first date, you was my boyfriend. And you tell some boys that, they can be like, all right, yeah, I ain't into that. Yeah. And some can be like, well, I like that. I like a clingy woman.
And that's the one for you.
That's the one
That's how you can know, by having these conversations, by saying, being real, truthful and honest.
Yes.
And not following the crowd, because the crowd doing this, the crowd outside.
They outside.
And you won't be outside with them.
Hot girl summers, you know. They going on the boat.
Yeah, man boat.
They going on the boat.
Woman can find man boat, boy.
They going on the key. They going on the
you
trip.
You pick up woman, get a boat.
They go in Nassau for the weekend.
Stop that.
No, be outside. But yeah, a lot of times that ain't for everybody, and that's okay.
Right.
That's really okay.
But in all honesty, it's what you want out of life. And later on in life, will your choices today haunt you tomorrow?
Right, that's true too.
And you gotta be, with the choice I make today, can I live with it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Will I be okay
if someone find out?
If somebody find out. If you're not, then maybe you shouldn't do it.
Doing it.
And I think this conversation is left unsaid with a lot of the youth today.
Yeah.
Because they paying for that now. You know, they doing a lot of stupidness. And then they recording it. And then later they can say, yeah, right.
College recruiter.
That's right. I was going to say that it affects the job status, schools, relationships. Because these things, they forever now. You put that out there, that ain't coming back.
Yeah.
So,
or parents even, because I even had a situation where I was trying to recommend one young lady for something, and the job I was trying to recommend her for, the man who owned the company is like, oh no, I remember she used to go to school with my daughter. She used to pick on her all the time. I ain't hiring her.
Ooh.
And this was from primary school.
Ooh.
These girls, he's like, nobody. She picked on me. He's like, nobody. She used to bring my daughter, used to come home crying.
Oh.
It's the girl used to be picking on her. Never. He said, never hire her. So I remember her face. I remember her last name. Yes.
Oh, shoot.
He's like, no.
He was waiting for that day. Waiting for that day to get back.
Send her somewhere else. She ain't hiring her.
He look at her, rub his hands.
It's as small as that, because that's his only child. So he's like, he remember the bully his daughter had in primary school.
Pay back.
And then I put that resume. He's like,
get that.
You don't get this paper with my face. Find me someone else. He said,
So see, your choices can live on to haunt you. And this body count
is one of them.
If one of them, these could live on to haunt you, you know, and we have to have these conversations with youth. We have to have them and let them know. Don't mind these people out there making it look fun.
Yeah.
These things, when they come back, don't come back, oh, that was back when I was in the youth. You know how much fellas them get a visa denied?
Yeah.
Get visa denied.
For
foolishness. Oh, I was young and stupid. Oh, yeah? This can carry on with you.
Yeah, but a lot on your record.
Yeah.
We can't help you.
And they're expecting for people to change the system for them, because
like, man, I rebrand myself. I's a good man now. They still holding these things against me. The system. Yeah, man.
White man system.
Emancipate myself from mental slavery.
Well, if y'all don't try, get inside reality, wake up. Listen.
Yeah, man. But for real though, like that's really, really important. And a lot of times, even for me, because even like, and that's why I give big props to the pageant industry, because I won Miss Teen Bahamas when I was really young. This was 2011. And that year, when you're a pageant girl and you have to travel and be Miss Teen Bahamas and go to different schools and speak, they have me on a tight leash. I gone from being someone who could go out and party and be with my brothers and having fun to like, oh no, you're Miss Teen Bahamas, you need to be on by 10. Right. You can't go there. You can't wear that.
Govern
hang out
yourself.
with these people.
Principle up yourself.
Now you can't be out seeing out drinking. You need to drink either inside. If you can't drink home, you ain't drinking.
That's right.
And it was annoying, but it really taught me, like you say, the value of like, if I want to represent this prawn, and I represent my country and do certain things like that, I have to hold myself to a certain standard.
And people have to realize that.
Yeah.
One day, you ain't going to want to be running in the streets.
Right.
One day, you're going to want Miss Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Right.
You know pictures of me twerking online? None.
So you got to live with these
Like
realities.
certain things I just never indulged in.
Yeah.
And it's because I know, like, boy, this can come back to bite me. And pageantry and certain things like that
kept you in line. Kept you in line. But thank God, my wild days was before the internet.
Boy,
I love how it is. Oh, thank you, Jesus. But anyway, we got to take another quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Stick around, guys. Time almost up.
You asked and I delivered. Island-ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the 2 S's, we're back with Island-ish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
Where you going, boy?
To go buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why is boy so dumb? Tickets242.com. You know how hard it is. They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything. You know how expensive bus is? Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off. You know how strong mosquitoes is? Or you could go to the box office downtown with the Genesis Street Girl. You ain't scared of Joneses, they.
Yes, we are back with Let's Talk. The topic is fantasy versus reality. What your expectation is, man. Know what I mean? Here with Jason.
Yes.
And your girl Yams.
Yes, ma'am.
And we diving back into the conversation. Now, Jason, you said you wanted to touch on what we were talking about earlier.
Yes. Last week, I don't think we had enough time to let you really engage and give your take on it. I drew a scenario.
Yes.
Of this lady she has multiple kids by multiple daddies, right? But yet, she is saying, I can understand, she wanted a 6-figure man, 6 feet tall, with a 6-pack. They say the 666. She want all of this.
Yeah.
But yet,
she want the 6-piece.
Yeah, she want a 6-piece. But yet, she, like I say, there's nothing wrong with having multiple babies and multiple baby daddies. But you got to realize, that fella who she want, all the women with all those stuff want him too.
Competition.
Right. So to me, her expectations is in reality. That's fantasy. Because here you are with so much. Want this guy who's able to provide so much. What can she offer him to say that she can expect him to pull him? When you have the maybe younger girls with less
baggage.
I'm trying to find a better word.
That's the
less
word.
baggage.
That's baggage.
Right. To offer this guy. Why should she think that that's a reality for her to expect to pull a guy like that?
I blame Tyler Perry movies. But to be honest, I wouldn't say it's a complete fantasy because it happens.
It could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen.
In some place, sometime, somewhere, she could be in an airport and bump into him, and it's love at first sight,
right.
and after a wonderful weekend, and they get married in Vegas, and he come back and he realize she have 6 children in the house. I don't know, but it happens.
It happens.
And some people are okay with it, and if he's financially stable enough to take on that responsibility, or if he's a man who don't even want kids.
Right.
Have to look at that too. Some men don't want children. So her already having children would be like, all right, cool. So that means you don't get that out your sister. You ain't want no more, right? Good. You can be my wife. I can help you raise them and say, out. I can have my wife to myself. Some of them are okay with that.
Right.
And some mothers, they'd send the children to live with the daddies.
Right.
And they stay with their husband and they pay all them child support.
Wow.
My husband get cut it happens.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
Eyes go on. You know about Reddit?
Yes, I see Reddit.
Eyes go on Reddit. Some of these stories actually exist.
Do you think those stories real now?
Some of them is be real. Some of them don't.
okay.
Because then sometimes they have pictures to go with some of them. So
They have
sometimes
receipts. They have receipts.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they just be real. But looking at it from that point of view, the odds though, the odds are slim.
Yeah.
I have to say the odds are slim. And it goes the other way with guys. Like how you mentioned, some guys want a virtuous woman, but you already have 3 children. And you ain't with none of them women.
And the job, you
And
can't
the
hold
job,
down a
and
job.
you
hustling.
barely could take care of the children you have.
Right.
But you want to have this virtuous woman who don't have no children.
Right.
Who don't have to deal with baby mama. And now she got to marry you and deal with baby mama, and deal with baby this. And the mommy don't want you beating her children. And that's
the children
a lot.
rude, you ain't my mommy. And
That's a lot to
Yes.
deal with. That's a lot to count the costs with. So on both ends, it's sometimes unrealistic.
Right.
It's unrealistic to, I shouldn't say want it, but to need it.
yeah.
Because some people, they go so far as that on there. Or, I don't want no man who have kids, but you have kids. I don't
Now, how
want no
can-
woman who have kids, but you got kids.
Kids.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Where's the reality in that? You kind of
it's
off on
almost
La La
like
Land.
you think women who have kids want a man who got a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
You really, especially young children who need raising. It's one thing if you're an older man, your children done in college, they done as adults, they out of your life.
Well, you don't even count them as kids.
Yeah,
Because they're out the way.
Right. So you don't even really count them.
Right.
But if you have like small children who you have to, we have to switch. I set them on the weekends.
Right.
Da-da-da-da.
Co-parenting.
Right. So now the baby mama calling. Now when me supposed to be
New
on
dy-
date
new
night,
dynamic.
she there like, I hear you out in players. I hope you're bringing back some formula. Da-da-da-da-da. Your child right there screaming for
Yeah.
you, so you only need to wrap that up
Coming
and
to pick
pick
this
up.
child up. Yeah, come. Baby, she crying for a daddy.
It happens, and sometimes that is be a lot for someone to deal with.
Yeah.
So, because even with me, I can be honest. I don't do man with kids.
Yeah.
I don't.
'Cause you ain't
Not
got
no
none.
more. I don't have none.
So that's
and that's fine.
That's fair.
And that ain't, I don't think that's unrealistic
No.
of me. Like,
No.
I made sure not have none.
So
I'm
why
pretty sure
does-
there are plenty guys
Why
out
you
here.
have to settle for?
Right.
You want to grow your family with your
Exactly.
husband.
It gotta be where, like, boy, if you got kids, that means I ain't gotta work no more. Like, I could retire.
Yeah.
I could just come
Yeah.
and podcast and hang out and then
chill on Islandish and
you
let's
mean,
talk, huh? All day.
I getting a key for my birthday.
Uh-huh,
I getting all type wonderful
sir.
things
Yes,
that I don't
yes,
have to worry about. But like you say, you have to count the cost with certain things.
Right.
So with the scenario you talked about, it's unrealistic. It's
Yeah.
unrealistic.
But you find women who feel that
I deserve that.
I deserve that.
I should want the best for myself.
Exactly.
Why should I
Why
settle?
should you
No.
understand? You heard the talk. It
Yeah.
ain't just me hearing it.
It's unrealistic because you have to realize there are repercussions for everything you did and consequences for your actions.
Yes.
And the consequences of you, and I don't care. Anyway, the women may chew me up for this. Boy, you're gonna chew me up for this, but I can be honest. You know you was pregnant. Most people don't get pregnant by accident.
Right.
And not 2-3 times.
Right.
I get accidentally, or the condom burst too. No,
Oh, that I see it,
no.
Once, maybe twice. It might let you slide twice.
Yeah.
Might let
or
you
it's
slide
like,
twice.
you got 2 children because they was twins. I can let that slide. But I didn't know you got 3 and 4 children. It's like, I didn't even plan this. I didn't
and
even.
4 different, 3 of them for different men.
She
All for
trapped
different-
me. He catch me.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Listen to me. There are condoms. There's the morning after. There's the shot. It's
All
so
kind of
much.
prophylactics. And if you
Birth
see
controls.
how much the struggle was with the first one or 2, I would think you would swear off of it.
Listen, tube style.
Clank up, clank, lock up.
What you mean? No. Mm-mm.
But
Me, I believe in protecting myself, not even just on the pregnancy side of it, but because just in general, you don't know what people have. People is tell lies.
Listen.
A lot of people having way too much unprotected sex, in my
I
opinion.
tell them you're lucky if you catch pregnancy. 'Cause
Right.
There's things out there you ain't gonna get rid of.
Exactly.
A
So
pregnancy, you got that might be an
that-
18-year sentence. Might, but
I
you
don't
got
trust
some life
most-
sentences
no,
out there.
I don't trust people too much.
Right.
I just no.
So-
That's just me. I
Excuse me.
31, never been catch. God is good.
God is good.
God is good. Because the only proof you actually sexually active is children or disease.
Yeah.
I I could say anything.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't know if you was man. They didn't know if you was man or woman, right?
They don't know what I got going on.
Yeah.
I could say anything.
Pride.
I ain't got no little picnics as no receipts.
No, God.
So I could be lying.
You know,
I could be just like the Virgin Mary and just saying what I want, say the crap joke.
That's true.
That's the truth. So it's a matter of like you have to, and it goes back to protecting your reputation as well.
That's it.
The fact that you have children and now they out of wedlock, as beautiful as people like to talk about motherhood, that's also a stain on you as a woman. But like now you're a single mother as a woman and you gave yourself to someone.
It's so
and someone who probably ain't
that's it.
worth nothing.
It's so accepted today.
No.
Right? What they say? The woman would stand up to say, she ain't let no man control her. She wouldn't, but like if he say, go make me some food, right?
Right.
Oh, you can make your own sandwich and do this, right? You draw the line there at making a sandwich, but you ain't draw the line at cracking it open and having a baby out.
I didn't come up, but one of my mentors taught me this, and we had this deep conversation when I first year in college. And the reason why I'm an advocate of that is because she says you should never sacrifice your body and your health for someone who don't even want to change your last name. He ain't even want to stand before his family and friends
say
and
that
say...
again. Say that. They need to hear that. The viewers need to hear that.
Why would you sacrifice your life and your body for someone who don't even want to change your last name?
All right then. All right.
A wedding ain't got to be big and expensive. You go right to town hall, sign one paper, use my wife, put one ring on your finger, boom.
He ain't think enough of you.
He ain't think enough of you to even do that. But you about to carry a baby for 9 months.
That's right.
Lay up in labor, C-section or epidural, all of these.
Life and death. They say when you're pregnant, it's between life and death.
That's a surgery. That's a surgical procedure. That's a very, even though women do it every day, that's a very serious thing for a woman to put her body through.
Between life and death when you're
one foot in the grave when you're doing that. That's a very drastic thing to put your body through.
You on line for a fella for sex. You can do that whatever. He ain't taking enough of you to change your last name.
And then I have to run behind you to sign the paper to say this your baby.
You gotta run behind
you for the money.
To pay to take
that's too much.
See,
that's too much.
See, they need to hear things like
this.
That's
too much. That's too much.
And all for one little couple of minutes.
That's too much. I am so sorry. Not Inch McGuire, good daughter. No, sir. And I gotta go home and tell my dad.
Daughter?
Yeah, I gotta go home and tell my daddy what I do. The fear of that conversation alone has kept me for 31 years, and it will keep me for another 30 if I don't get married.
All right then.
No.
You can get married. See, because let me tell you why. Just how you speaking, that's how. Even though your mouth is a little sharp.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But we hear the values and the morals coming. We see it coming off you. That's what men looking for.
Yes.
Women who can keep themselves. You can go outside once in a while, but you ain't about to stay outside. You know?
You got to know when to come home.
Right.
All right. Inside now. We a little old now.
So
it was fun.
Men looking for that. And men, you got to be worth that now.
Yes.
She keeping herself clean and you won't come there and dirty up.
Yeah, with your 4 children and...
Come on.
Yeah, I got a baby mother. No.
You got a crazy baby mommy.
She little while. I ain't even gonna lie.
I can let you know now.
Yeah.
She might pop up and she try something.
She can bust out your windows. No, sir. No, sir.
30 in your good name, right?
No, sir. But when it comes to that, like a lot of things we live in fantasy land about, but people just know the reality. They're just as play dumb.
Yeah.
I feel like it.
I think so.
Yeah. People know. They know some of these things. You know that ain't happening.
Yeah. Say, let me just ask for just in case.
Yeah. It might wish upon a star.
It happens, like you say.
Yeah,
it happens.
It happens.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Tyler Perry got plenty of us food right now.
Really?
So, in our wrap up, I'll let you go.
Yeah, in our wrap up, we've come to the conclusion that according to Jason, women little delulu. And according to me, men little delulu too.
Okay,
but if we have those good, hard conversations, we could start to see reality.
Yes.
And realize that what we want from each other ain't really too much.
No.
But if we able to have real conversation and address the matters at hand, we could get out of fantasy land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you say, I agree with you. Let's have these hard conversations. A lot of us don't like to have these conversations because we're scared we can scare off the person who we're interested in.
Hurt people's feelings.
Hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is this. if they run from a hard conversation, do you even want that person?
Right.
That's the easy vetting.
Exactly.
That's an easy way to vet the person if they for you or not.
Because when crunch time come, they can run too.
They can run anyway. So cheap you get it over with right now rather than wasting your time.
Yes.
Right? So I feel we just need to be real with ourselves. Self-evaluation.
Yes.
Look where you at. And then say, hey, do I deserve
what I want?
And if you want something that you feel that you ain't ready for, then bring yourself up to that standard.
Right.
To get what you want.
And finally, it's not always what you want. Sometimes it's really what you need.
Yeah, exactly. It's what we need.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because people want certain things, but you don't need that.
Yeah. I might want a cake, eat cake and ice cream in the morning. But do I really need that?
You just need some
age?
egg and grits.
Yeah, no. so let's stay in reality, guys. That's where we're supposed to be living anyway.
Facts.
So this has been Let's Talk, Yummies. It's been a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to be here with you, Jason.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for joining us again on Let's Talk, guys, and we'll see you again next week, same time.
Peace out.